Hey y'all, it's Cindy from the Virginia Fun Seekers, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. David wants me to show you how I make peach enchiladas. Now, I really didn't want to do this video, I'll be honest with you, so if it's bad, blame it on David. But he keeps insisting that everybody will love this recipe and to do the video. So, I'm not a professional chef or anything, but I'm going to do my best to show you how I make one of his favorite things, peach enchiladas.
If the people could only taste them, they would swear up and down you a cross between Betty Crocker, Martha Stewart, and a little bit of Paula Deen thrown in there.
Gotta have that Paula Deen, and I like that, Dave. I don't know about all that, but thank you. Okay, now let me show you the ingredients that you're gonna need to make these delicious peach enchiladas. The first thing we're going to start with is some fresh peaches. These have been peeled and they have been quartered. Depending on the size of the peaches will depend on the size you need to cut them. You're going to roll them up in your croissant, so they need to be a good size for that. Next we have 1 1/2 cup of sugar. We have 2 sticks of unsalted butter, a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tubes of the crescent rolls. They come 8 rolls in a tube, and 1 can of Mountain Dew. Okay, now let's put all this together and see what we come up with. Okay, I have just melted my butter. That's the first thing you need to do. So I'm going to pour in my sugar. The cinnamon, and the butter into a bowl, and I'm going to mix it up good. This actually goes on top of the enchiladas. While I'm mixing this, let me tell you about how I came across this recipe. We were on vacation in Florida, and on the way back, I'd said to David, we need to find us some good peaches to take back home. So I always try to either stop in Georgia or South Carolina and get some peaches. So we stopped by a roadside stand in South Carolina, and we get talking to the people at the stand. And you know, when you travel, that's always fun to get to know people and talk to them. And so the lady was really nice, and she was asking me, you know, what I was gonna do with all these peaches I had bought, 'cause we bought a bunch of them. And, you know, I told her, so, you know, mainly we're gonna eat them. We're gonna take some back to some people at home, that sort of thing, but that's why we got it. And she asked me, had I ever heard of peach enchiladas, which I had not. And so she shared the recipe with me. So we came home, and on our ride home, the car smelled like peaches the entire time. Those peaches were the best smelling peaches I think I've ever had, that I've ever purchased. So we get home, and sure enough, I have to try this recipe. So that's where the recipe came from. And the actual one I use is from McLeod's Farm on the website. I'll put that down in the description. I've seen several different versions of this. I'm sure that any of them will work, but so you'll have the exact link to the one that I use. I'll put that into the description. David, you remember how good those peaches smell?
I sure do. I know the whole car smelled like fresh peaches.
Well, I will tell another story on you. This was 2 years ago, and we have an orchard that's not too far. It's within an hour of our house, I would say. And I love history. And it was during the pandemic, and you couldn't do a lot. So we had decided we were going to go to Monticello. And I wanted to take Carly, so we went to Monticello. And if you're not familiar with Monticello, it's Thomas Jefferson's home. And it's one of my favorite places to go in Virginia as far as history. I just find everything there so interesting, his inventions, the house. Again, I love it. So when we left Monticello, we decided that we would stop by this orchard to get some peaches. Well, we go in, and first of all, we're getting there right at closing because we had spent the day at Monticello. And the lady says to David not to pick up the peaches and smell them. Now, David, who's done produce, half of his life was like, what do you mean? Well, due to COVID, she didn't want him to smell the peaches. David got so mad.
And I told her,
He showed himself, yes.
And I told her, I said, I'm not buying something that I cannot feel it and see if it smells like a peach, or I'm not buying something rotten either. So, needless to say, we put the peaches back down in the bag and walked right out the store.
Yes, we did.
And we went to another place.
And you smelled the peaches and purchased some.
That's correct.
But you gotta smell your peaches if you're gonna buy peaches. And these peaches we had when we went to the beach and we stopped in South Carolina were the best smelling peaches that we've ever smelled. The peaches we have today, they smell good too. One tip is David likes to put them in a brown paper bag, and it helps them ripen, and then you can just really smell the aroma from the peaches.
And this is what the butter, sugar, and the cinnamon looks like once it's all mixed together.
Okay, I am rolling out the croissants now. And you'll use a triangle. You can cut these if you need to. I just try to tear them. But if you need to cut them, you can. What you'll do is you will actually start at the large part of the triangle and you roll it up. And I'll just tuck that in, kind of seal it. And then once you've done that, you just put it in your baking dish. And I'm just using your traditional dish that you would use. I think it's what
That's a 13 by 9 by 2.
Yeah, 13 by 9 like you would use if you're baking a cake or casseroles. You just want to make sure whatever you use that it's deep enough, because once you spread the topping and then you're going to pour the Mountain Dew over it, you don't want it to spill in the oven. So I'll just keep doing this until I've rolled all of them up. You can see it's very simple. This is something that you could do with your kids. They would have fun rolling these up. I'm rolling up the last enchilada, putting it in the dish. All right. Now that I've got the enchiladas rolled, my extra peaches, of course, that'll just be a snack for us. It's always great to have extras cut. And now I just pour it over it.
It looks like almost like applesauce. It's so thick.
It does kind of look like applesauce. Make sure I cover it with some of this
Goodness.
Yeah, this goodness. You got butter and sugar. You know it's gonna be good. Goodness.
You know this is a southern dish.
That's right. And then, last but not least, take a Mountain Dew and pour it over it. And this can be the tricky part. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll spoon it over it too, because I don't want to wash it all.
Yeah, you put too
all
much.
of it off from yeah.
It'll wash off the good stuff.
But it all mixes together. You figure sugar, butter, cinnamon, and then Mountain Dew.
And then more sugar from the Mountain Dew.
Oh my goodness. This is definitely not a diabetic dish, so if you fix it, you definitely want to have some people to share with it, because we're not joking when we talk about how delicious it is. And you can eat them.
You can sit down and eat about the half a dish by yourself. That's how good
you really could, because it's that good. And nobody wants to do that because that's way too much sugar to intake at one time. Now the only thing left to do is to bake it. You will bake this dish at 350 in the oven for about 45 minutes. Now let's take these peach enchiladas out of the oven. Oh, look at those, David.
They do look good, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And if folks, if y'all could only smell
Oh man, they smell delicious.
what I am smelling right now, you would be impressed.
Let's let these cool for a minute and then we'll get one out for you to try for everybody. How does that sound?
Well, that sounds good to me.
I knew you'd like that deal.
I can't wait.
All right, I gave David a couple of the enchiladas. How's it smell, David?
They smell delicious. Let's crack one open here. Some of the peach just fell out, but that is, you can see the peach inside.
And it's hot too,
It's
just
good.
one reason.
It's still good and hot, and got that syrup right there. They're good. Hadn't had any since last year, so these won't last long, I guarantee it. But that cinnamon and that sugar and butter all melted together and that Mountain Dew on it, it makes like a syrup. And that goes over top of the enchilada or the crescent roll, whatever you want to call it. And it forms just like a sticky paste, and it's some kind of good.
I haven't tried it yet. I just took two out and put on the plate for you to try because I know that you love them. So I'm glad you got them.
And this one right here, you can see the big chunk of peach right here.
And you can put as much peach as you want on it. I found about a quarter of a peach is usually good to put on there. I also want to say just thanks to all our subscribers for watching. We really appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up on the video. And we really do appreciate you watching and your comments. And it's been interesting getting to know some of our subscribers.
And
really
also,
has.
if you try making the dish yourself, please let us know. And let us know what you thought of it and how it turned out for you. I think if you try it, you really will enjoy it.
Or if you have another peach recipe that you want to share, feel free to put the link in your comments. All right? David, I'm going to let you, you want me to close this? But I mean, you are eating. I was going to let you close
Well,
it.
my mouth's kind of full right now. So.
You're a little busy.
But one's down, get ready to work on my second one. You did a great job on them, Cindy.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. They're very simple and just one of your favorite things to fix. And I'm glad it's something simple that you like.
And the peaches are starting to come in around here locally, so we'll be fixing some more of them, I'm sure.
I'm sure you'll twist my arm to fix some. Nell, you know, you can just watch the video. Because you made the comment, he's laughing now, but he made the comment when he was videoing me, oh, this is how you do that.
I said it looks pretty simple, so I think
It is simple.
I think I can handle it.
I think you could. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
Like Cindy said a few minutes ago, hit that subscribe button. If you hadn't subscribed already, please do so. Thank y'all for watching. God bless.
Bye-bye.